Political Pulse Live, the internet's #1 source for tackling social issues, interviews with local officials, and political information that matters most to your local community. Former North Miami Beach Commissioner Barbara Kramer joins us in this 2-episode dive into the corruption that is plaguing the North Miami Beach community. Wake up, NMB. This is your call to action.
For us tonight. Welcome back, Barbara.
Hi. Oh, I should have worn my pin. I didn't think about it. I have a Wake Up NMB pin.
So Wake Up NMB, Barbara, can you discuss what that is?
Well, basically, it's now an organization, but it was really sort of a movement that I had started about 6 months, I guess, before the election. I went on to this social media site called Nextdoor, and I figured I would target my audience there because I could totally, focus on North Miami Beach and the surrounding areas. But I basically kept talking about the upcoming election, and I would just keep using this hashtag Wake Up NMB. Wake up, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Nobody seemed to realize all the corruption going on and just the crazy spending and just unscrupulous behavior of many of my colleagues. So it caught on. I guess I was pretty compelling. We have about 306 members as of today in our group.
Well, I have a question, right? Why do you think people don't wake up and see what's going on? I mean, it's so in our faces every day what they're doing, right? Not just in North Miami Beach, but every city, the counties, right? Why? You were on the commission. You've had people come before the commission. I mean, what is going on, or do you think goes on in people's heads that they just turn a blind eye and just say, well, it is what it is?
Well, I have to say that in our city, in North Miami Beach, we were always, I got involved because of a group called the North Miami Beach Civic Association. I got a watchdog. It was called the Watchdog. And if it was a pamphlet, this was really before internet was really huge and all that. There was no social media. So I would get something in the mail and I read about it and it intrigued me and I got involved in this organization. There were a lot of members and it was very grassroots. And unfortunately, we didn't have term limits and the incumbents would always win office. But this group really did get the message out. It just depended on who you believed. And, that's who got elected. Then, through the years, we had pretty good government. And so people felt it was on autopilot and they didn't have to be involved. And these organizations, the people got much older and they just stopped, being involved and they closed their organizations. Back up. But I think in general, it really takes somebody, it takes a village, it takes people to be interested. I don't think the communities have enough voices out there. You can't be a naysayer all the time, right? You have to be compelling. There has to be somebody that grabs these people. And for us, it was just the timing was perfect.
You should actually form chapters of this.
I thought about it. I definitely thought about it that we could have Wake Up, other cities. I think it's
the Wake Up series.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. I mean, look, I always wanted to do a reality show, but because of the sunshine, law, it would prove very difficult. But I think we would be a hit. There's no doubt about it.
The real commissioners of North Miami Beach.
Exactly.
Especially with Barbara, because she's just so passionate about this. You can
sure that there's a group, Wake Up NMB. If you want to know what's happening in the city, in order to join, you have to be a resident of North Miami Beach. I would use a photograph of our filthy, disgusting garbage can because it was the only way that people would know, because our area, there's a lot of unincorporated parts to it. And I mean, there's people that live in Aventura that think they live in North Miami Beach. People just have no clue, right? So I would literally put up a picture of our black garbage can and say, if your garbage can has to look like this, can't be green, it has to be black, has to have the logo. That means you live in North Miami Beach. And I really don't want outsiders. And I'm quick to look for, people who are imposters and just trying to see what we're saying. During the election, they actually called us racist, that we were a racist organization. They were doing everything to defeat us because they knew we were growing. And so anyway, so I kept, piling on. The people kept coming in. If I couldn't verify them, I have a friend of mine with a been verified account. I mean, I was really, going to do this right, because what I didn't want to do was think I have 300 members or 200 or wherever, and half of them don't even live here. I want to know that I'm really speaking to my crowd. So what happened was, after we won the election, when I say we won, so the person that we wanted out of office, we got her out, was 200 votes. We brought in now the majority, the super majority, the majority is better aligned with what we want, which is transparency, right? We want responsibility, and we want honesty. And so what happened was, after we went through this whole election, the members on a lot of us met each other. We did a couple of protests and what have you. So we had met each other, but everyone wanted to get together after the election, which I thought was great, because you just don't want it to go away. And so I decided to have a meeting. We had this meeting, and we had 22 people come to that meeting, which is a lot.
Yeah.
And at that meeting, we were all in a circle. Lynn was there. I was kind of leading it, because people just wanted a little bit of a history and a background, because they were starting at square one. They got involved in the election, but they don't know the history of what had transpired before all of this. So I brought them up to speed, and everyone decided they wanted to have an organization. They wanted to form a 501c3 or C4, or whatever we would decide. And so what happened was, I said, well, you need a president, a vice president. And I honestly was going to mold this, help everybody with this, being that I have some experience, and let them go off and do their thing. So when I said, who wants to be president? And Lynn will tell you, everybody jumped up. They were like pointing to me. And I was like, and I blurted out a profanity. I mean, I was like, well, because I didn't expect it. So anyway, I became president. I didn't know how to say no. Everybody was so like, they really, I was like, you guys have no idea what you're getting into. I'm a very unstructured person, but okay. So we picked our president, vice president. Lynn is the treasurer. We have a secretary, and we have 7 board members. So there's 11 on the executive board. And we're just, last night we had a meeting just to start doing our bylaws, and we're just going to make sure this stuff doesn't happen again in our city, as long as we can keep people interested. Because when things are going smooth, it's not, for some people it's not fun anymore, unless you make really good friends. And we make this more than just city. We make this community. We're diverse. We learn about each other. It's just a whole neat thing. So.
I love it. I think it's really great.
Yeah, it's exciting. Yep.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, you worked really hard. I remember getting emails from you all the time. I always have a Facebook post tagged with my name on it. And there's like a long letter with, with descriptions explaining and pictures and, all that. But I mean, like, I think the latest biggest news is, like, I saw a Channel 10 van come to our city today. Was it like 6 o'clock news?
We're not done. Yeah, we had Channel 10 came. So I had heard that. So the woman, Stephanie Kenzel, who writes this blog, votersopinion.com, she and one day she'll get on the show. She's fascinating. She's very smart.
Her.
Right.
I know she's really great.
She's amazing. So what happened was she's really, this is just her thing. Some people knit, and some people like really get into politics and dive into the information.
Knit and politics.
Some people do needlepoint, and then some people are dirt, dirt diggers. And when I say dirt, I'm not talking about dirt on the ground. I mean the gossip, the corruption, what have you. So she started looking at this gift card giveaway that was happening in our city. And you definitely have to look at Glenna Milberg's stories, because they're really, thank God for her, because a lot of people wouldn't come to our city to write about this. And I wrote, like I said, I'm extremely wordy. As you see, I speak a lot, I write a lot. And I wrote to Glenna a very, very long email. And at the end, I said to her, if not you, who is going to listen to us? And we had certain video that she needed. Sometimes if a story doesn't have, all the good parts around it, they're not putting it out there, right? So we had video of this commissioner or colleague of mine, basically campaigning with Publix gift cards, and the money came from the federal government in the form of the ARPA money. So anyway, Glenna was really intrigued by this. So she did that story. Oh, there you go. Look at you guys.
I know. I wanted to share that just in case anybody.
So cool. Yeah, yeah. You definitely.
She doesn't just write about NMB. I think like a lot of neighboring cities.
She would write, and she does not get paid. She does it just out of passion. Like I do what I do out of passion. So she has to feel it, in order to, like Red Broward writes about Tamarack and I think Lauderdale or something, but she's such a clever writer. She's so witty. So her writing, she's amazing.
Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah. The gift that gets the herpes, whatever that thing was. So, yeah. But, like herpes, right? Polly Villard is the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, who writes like this, right? So anyway, so Stephanie had found out more information about the gift cards. And when they were being given out, there really wasn't a great database. And it looked like people outside, there were people outside of our city that received this money, these gift cards, and there were people that got them twice. And it was just a horrible situation. That's a whole story. But when Stephanie finally got this information, and Glenna saw what was going on, and Stephanie emailed her, I guess she found it to be very interesting. So today she went to City Hall to talk to the manager about it, and he ran away from her. So you have to look for the story. I mean, it's unbelievable. The media calls you. You're supposed to call them back. You're supposed to answer them, or you can say if you want, no comment. But to me, that's already, a sign that something nefarious is going on. I love the media. I think, as long as you have them repeat what you said to make sure they get it right and they don't sensationalize, your comments, I think it's really important. I think they help get the word out, and Glenna's doing it for us. And I can't be more happy because she's an amazing reporter. And I know she sees what's going on here. She sees it. She can't believe it. She can't believe it. Ethics doesn't do a whole lot for us because they have to go by the letter of the law, right? So, but she can report on what she sees and let the viewer, make the decision of, what's going on, right? Is it right or wrong? So,
right.
Thanks for watching Political Pulse Live. Please make sure you subscribe, like, and comment about today's show. Please watch the next episode with Barbara Kramer as she continues to shed light on the corruption taking place in North Miami Beach.